INTP versus INFP personality types, 5 key differences. Myers-Briggs personality type tests have become a helpful assessment for understanding how personality affects collaboration and professional workflow. While the Myers-Briggs model recognizes that not all personality types are clear-cut, taking the type test and understanding the cognitive functions which underpin your personality can help you more effectively navigate professional and personal relationships. The INTP and INFP personalities are both introverted and move through the world with determination. They possess marked differences related to their cognitive functions. In this video, we outline what INTP and INFP personalities are, describe their specific qualities, contrast the two types, and discuss their key differences. What is the INTP personality type? INTP is an abbreviation that refers to the Myers-Briggs personality type, which is introverted, intuitive, thinking and prospecting. Individuals with an INTP personality type are often called logicians, as they are people who place a high value on seeking insight, analyzing patterns and building rational explanations for different world events. INTPs are typically deeply private individuals who lead complex inner lives. They often spend their time daydreaming or thinking about high-level ideas. Many INTPs are creative, innovative and intellectual people who succeed in identifying unique solutions, leading them to seek careers in fields like philosophy, science, and technology. On the outside, INTPs may appear reticent to engage with others, giving them a reputation for being socially awkward, shy or reserved. This is a common misconception, though, as INTPs and are usually introverted people who value social interaction but cannot engage in it extensively as may drain their energy. INTPs often thrive in solitary or small group environments and prefer to reserve their limited social energy for engaging with a select few who also like to discuss theoretical concepts, debate about ideas and investigate rationalities. In these conversations, INTPs can become excited and sometimes tangential, moving between topics effortlessly. With this, though, INTPs sometimes face challenges in understanding human emotions, as they often relate to other people through rationality and logic. In such situations, INTPs might become snared in an analysis impasse, where they forego reassuring their friends as they fear their emotional support will be inadequate. This challenge can follow INTPs throughout other areas of their lives, as they often overanalyze their decisions, leading them to feel ineffective. Fortunately, though, INTPs usually learn how to pull themselves out of this rut and develop a keen ability to examine multifaceted problems and find answers to their queries. What is the INFP personality type? INFP is an abbreviation that refers to the Myers-Briggs personality type, which is introverted, intuitive, feeling and perceiving. Individuals with an INFP personality type are often called mediators, as they are people who typically relate empathetically to people around them and purposefully seek to understand the experiences of others. INFPs are usually reserved and private people who lead imaginative and rich inner lives. They may spend the majority of their time daydreaming, thinking about the complexities of the world and crafting narratives in their head. Because of this introverted, explorative nature, INFPs can sometimes feel stifled by rules. INFPs are usually highly creative people with an intrinsic sensitivity, giving them a tendency to experience emotional responses to stimuli like nature, art and music. This level of sensitivity allows INFPs to develop profound and consequential relationships with others, even in their careers. INFPs may devote much of their time fostering such relationships and can even feel that doing so is their life calling. With this, INFPs may find purpose in careers where they can help others in fields like mental health, art, education and more. For INFPs, roles where they can help empower others can be highly fulfilling. With this, though, INFPs can sometimes face challenges as their idealistic tendencies can cause them to overextend their compassionate, empathetic efforts. Even in emotionally demanding situations, INFPs may choose to remain vulnerable and committed to imagining possibilities beyond the status quo. This is because INFPs lead their lives with a clear goal of bettering the world, expressing themselves and bonding with others. Though these tasks may be overwhelming for some, especially for mediators who can get lost in thought when tackling multi-layered problems, most INFPs can overcome such challenges and remain positive, even in the trickiest of instances. INTP versus INFP, key differences. INTPs and INFPs are commonly confused for one another due to their introspective nature, ability to form complex thoughts and the challenges they experience when overthinking things. Despite this, while INTPs and INFPs may seem similar on the surface, these two personality types possess differences which set them apart from one another. The major component which marks the distinction between these two personality types is their cognitive functions. INTPs and INFJs only share one similarity in terms of their cognitive functions, their introverted sensing function, meaning that the actual psychological preferences which drive these types can vary significantly. Due to this difference in cognitive function, INTPs and INFPs may approach different areas of life in divergent ways. To demonstrate this, here are 8 areas of life that INTPs and INFPs may address through distinct methods explained. Conflict. INTPs and INFPs typically approach situations of conflict differently. As logic-driven individuals, INTPs are well versed in debate and may be excited to engage in conflict head-on, despite their reticence to engage emotionally with others. Because of this, if a conflict isn't connected to an INTP's emotions, they're typically very interested in hearing about others' thoughts, opinions and perspectives. INTPs become lively when engaged through rationality, so they may even be inclined to change their own opinions when confronted with a logical and cohesive argument. Though, with this in mind, INTPs may dissect a less sound argument and instigate further conflict. Comparatively, INFPs may be willing to engage in conflict, even if it is emotionally tinged. This is because INFPs are individuals driven by empathy and compassion. Typically, INFPs are quite open to listening to others describe their thoughts, feelings and opinions, and they may frequently validate others' perspectives. Despite this, though, INFPs are usually steadfast in their own viewpoints and aren't very susceptible to even the most logical of arguments. This means that INFPs can sometimes be stubborn when it comes to conflict, even after listening to another person express themselves for hours. Emotions. INTPs and INFPs usually process emotions in different ways. INTPs are driven by their introverted thinking function, which can sometimes enable them to feel disconnected from their own emotions. INTPs may try to purposefully estrange themselves from their feelings so that they don't have to analyze them. As highly rational beings, INTPs may not understand the seeming irrationality or unpredictability of human emotions. Instead, INTPs try to find the logic in everything, a quality which steers them away from the over-analysis of emotions. If they do engage in emotional analysis, though, INTPs may start to experience nihilism or futility. Compared to INTPs, INFPs are much more emotionally inclined. They are driven by the introverted feeling function, which allows them to connect deeply with their own emotions. As highly empathetic and emotionally driven people, INFPs may purposefully engage themselves in the analysis of feelings. In their day-to-day lives, INFPs may overextend their emotional capacities, ascribing meaning to nearly anything they encounter. In addition, INFPs find deeply profound relationships with others to be very fulfilling, which allows them to easily develop a keen sense for understanding human emotion and navigating heavier complex feelings. Worldviews. INTPs and INFPs may view the world through different lenses. As logic-driven beings, INTPs are incredibly adaptable in terms of their worldview. These personality types usually only hold strong convictions when they understand their opinion to be most rational. While INTPs may not clearly understand emotionally driven perspectives about things like religion and love, when presented with an alternate and rational viewpoint, INTPs can easily change their mind and evolve their worldview to fit such a perspective. This can lead INTPs to develop a unique worldview overall, as their opinions may blend various philosophies or theories into a single perspective. Comparatively, INFPs typically possess a strong moral compass and a dedication to truth. They usually care deeply about honesty and integrity, leading them to be faithful to their preformed opinions, even when presented with alternate perspectives. While INFPs may be open to listening to others describe their thoughts, these personality types aren't typically inclined to adapt their own worldviews to align with another's. INFPs may be more willing to change their own opinions through internal processes. This quality can lead others to see INFPs as obstinate, but it also allows INFPs to move through life with conviction and confidence. In the workplace. At work, INTPs and INFPs may serve in different capacities. INTPs typically make strong leaders who can assume the task of analyzing processes and maximizing them using logical methodologies. They are usually highly independent professionals who require solitary work environments to employ their exceptional focus and find creative solutions to large, complex problems. INTPs can be very innovative individuals, though they may face challenges at work with collaboration or interpersonal communication. As leaders, INTPs seek a dedicated and hardworking set of subordinates, as they often assume the role of decision-maker and arbitrator. Compared to INTPs, INFPs are less inclined to leadership roles and instead make talented collaborators who may assume supportive roles. INFPs are usually loyal and productive professionals who can be quite adept at brainstorming ideas, finding solutions, and coming up with novel approaches to old problems. Further, these personality types typically thrive when given ample space and freedom to cultivate meaning in their work. With this in mind, though, INFPs can experience challenges when they feel hindered by workplace restrictions and routine. If INFPs are bogged down by tradition, they may start to feel disillusioned in their careers. Inner life. INTPs and INFPs both lead highly involved inner lives and possess the tendency to daydream and use their imaginations. With this, though, INTPs and INFPs usually navigate their inner lives in different ways. INTPs are typically inclined to consume non-fiction-based media, like history books, documentaries, science magazines and other research-oriented texts. This is because INTPs are highly invested in rationality and analysis, and this type of engagement can enable them to contemplate tangible, yet complex ideas. The inner lives of INTPs are very analytical, and they may seek personal fulfillment through such endeavors. With this, INTPs aren't usually interested in consuming stories that lie outside of the purview of reality, rather, they're often only interested in fictional works if they resemble practical real-life experiences. Comparatively, INFPs find stories that push boundaries compelling, and their inner lives are full of high-level dreams, rich fantasies and current impossibilities. They may prefer to consume media that includes round characters with emotional facades so that they can connect empathetically as they read a book, watch a movie or play a video game. In their inner lives, INFPs seek to identify with others emotionally to fulfill their own needs. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share and subscribe.